What do you call it when colorism happens to light-skinned people?
The question of what to call it when light-skinned folk experience colorism has been long contested, long debated, but let me lay that to rest. But first, let me rewind. Hey, sunshine. I'm Dr. Donna Oriowo, sex and relationship therapist in the Washington, D.C. area, helping Black women feel free, fabulous, and effed. That effed, as you know, is for the algorithm. And the thing is, part of my specialty as a therapist is in how colorism and texturism impact mental and sexual health and esteem. So to answer this question, I call it color-based prejudice. I do not call it colorism, and I don't call it colorism because the ism implies the system. And there are no systems in place to discriminate against light-skinned somebodies. There are systems in place to denigrate and harm dark-skinned somebodies. And you can tell because it's a worldwide phenomena where even health outcomes look different for dark-skinned Black women, where housing, income, all areas of life are actually impacted by the skin tone that you have. So it is not just enough to only be Black. It's also about how that Blackness appears to the outside world. So when we're talking about this, I need us to remember that the reverse doesn't exist in the same way that for sexism or for racism, that there is no reverse, right? Because there is no power in being a woman. There is no power in being Black or of color, right? The power lies with white people just as the power lies with men. And the power also too lies with light-skinned folk. Now, I know that for some people, they're like, well, I don't understand how that could be. I don't feel like I have no power because I'm still Black. Well, I'm gonna give it to you the same way that I seen it earlier on Facebook or something like that. But the privileges that you have is not about what you get always, but it is about what you don't have to deal with. And light-skinned folks simply do not have to deal with their skin tone being the hindrance for them being able to make it to where they want to go to. It's simply not the obstacle. Now, a lot of people will say that it's still called colorism, but those people would be wrong. And clearly they didn't study that. And that's okay because we don't know what we don't know until we know. This is your moment to know. It doesn't mean that it hurts less. It doesn't mean that your experience is invalid. But what it does mean is that it does not exist in reverse. That is something that I need us to know. So colorism happens to dark-skinned people. Color-based prejudice happens to light-skinned folk. All right, y'all. Sound off in the comments. Where are you with this?